Hello, this video is from the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, their first round of their Pro-Am series for the year 2022. Like I said, this is race one. This is the final for the LO206 Masters Heavy. We are running at the same time with some of the, with the whole LO206 junior class. We've been waiting right now at this point in time for about 10 minutes for them to blow off the track, and I did not realize that my front-facing cam, I guess just sitting still, there must be some setting where it just auto shut off. Didn't think anybody was going to be, I assumed nobody was using it. So I did not know this, so this is why I have no front-facing video. The cam shut off, and I was none the wiser. But fortunately, my rear-facing cam did not shut off. I don't know why that is, but it is still on, so this will be a video only facing backwards. I finished third in the pre-final, so I'm starting in position 3. I've got the 86 in position 1, the 99 is in position 2, and then the 4 is in position 4. He's right next to me. He was, he was either in front of me or right behind me for a majority of my pre-final video. Then I've got the 318, who I've raced with on numerous occasions. He's right behind me in the 5th spot. And then the 91, he's, I think this is his first race, he mentioned, and he's not doing too bad, so he is in, I think, position 1, 2, 3, 4, he's in 5. No, he's in 6. So, we're coming around. We're going to get the tires warmed up. I think everybody's a little bit wise now to the fact that we're going to have probably a high-speed start, and that it's not going to get waved off unless the junior start gets waved off. I made no changes on my kart from the pre-final to the final, as I was able to hang with everybody pretty good, and I actually felt like there were places where I had to ease up on the pre-final where I could have been going faster had I not had a kart right in front of me. So I'm thinking, I've got the speed that I need, unless somebody makes some drastic changes in the top 4 or 5 karts. I believe I've got the speed I need to stay with the lead group. So we are coming around. I think this is the straightaway right here. It's a little bit hard to tell when I'm looking backwards, but yep, we're lining up. I'm going to get the green real soon here. And at the start of the day, my orange tape right there was completely orange, and I just left it out on the track, I guess. Slowly turning gray. So the outside gets a good line, a good run, and the 4 gets in front of me. So I'm in 4th place right now. The 91's obviously in 5th then. 318, my buddy the 21's back there. We're in a nice little row right there. Everything got sorted out well. Nobody got spun around, and all is good as we're heading out on the first lap. This is a 10-lapper. The pre-final was 8 laps. There was going to be a 15-lapper, and I would have been totally cool with the 15-lapper. This is a pretty smooth track, as I mentioned before. It's fresh asphalt out there. It's got some straight sections where you can rest a little bit. And 15 laps to me is not super taxing, I don't think. It's a challenge, so I like the little bit longer races, just in case somebody in front of me gets tired. Maybe I'll be able to capitalize. So that was 1 lap. I was stretched out there a little bit on the 91, but he's coming hard, and I got slowed down a little bit by one of the junior drivers right there, but not too much. And I didn't really realize that the 91 was coming anyways, and I'm pretty sure that I am right on the 4. Up in front, the 86 did get a good start, so he's in the lead. The 99 is in 2nd place. I would have had some fantastic video of this. I'm still kind of bummed. But, I've gotten a little more consistent on this racetrack. I'm not overshooting my marks most of the time. Although I could probably trim a little of the distance out, especially since I was geared not quite as tall as some of these other guys. They had a little more top-end speed than I did, but I had a little better acceleration, and so I should have made attempts to drive this track as short as possible, but, obviously still stay fast. You don't want to stay on the inside too much, but if I could stay on the inside in a spot, I should have done it. And I did okay at that. I probably could have been a little better. But I don't really have a whole lot of options right now when it comes to sprockets or gears. I didn't realize I thought I had a 17-tooth driver, and I'm running 35 chain, by the way. But I only had a 16-tooth driver, and I didn't have really many sprockets that would go with this. I had 2. And I was as tall as I was going to get for this weekend right here. I couldn't get any. I wasn't going to get any more top end speed unless I changed driver or went and borrowed a sprocket from somebody. So if I do get a 17 driver, which is what I'm planning to do, I'll have a lot more sprocket options than I currently have. As you can hear, I'm tacked out all the way around that corner, and I was able to watch some of the video from the 91. He's got some of his practice stuff out there. He's been hitting the track for a few practice sessions, and he's definitely geared taller than I am, because I don't even recall hearing him hit the limiter. He might have got blipped it a couple times, but I'm on it pretty hard. But it is quite helpful in the short sections. I'm able to, if he dives in and gets close to me with his speed, I'm able to just pull back away in most of these instances. And again, at the end of the race, the 91 behind me, actually, I believe he had either the first or second fastest lap time. The 4 right in front of me, I believe, had the fastest lap time, but then I had the third fastest lap time. So the guys in first and second, they had pretty fast lap times, but we were like a tenth or so faster than them. And I was definitely, going through this little kind of chicane area or little zigzag area. A few times I was all over the 4 because he was all over the 99, who was all over the 86. So you'll be able to hear that, just listening to the motor. And I'm wondering if, I shined up my muffler back there, so maybe that helped. I don't know. But we're we're probably hitting close to the halfway point. If we have green blocks on the starter tower coming by, we're still just in the normal laps. I don't think they have an indicator that you're at halfway, and they do not have one for 2 laps to go, like you'll get with the flags if you've got like an actual flag person there waving flags. So there's a little bit less information when you're driving, unless you're doing a good job of counting laps, which I'm not. I'm not counting laps at all. I'm just watching for when I'm racing at G&J Cartway for the OVKA, I'm watching for the halfway point flags. I'm watching for the 2 to go and the 1 to go. It's always kind of pleasant though when you're watching for the 2 to go and then they never waved it. They just waved the white flag and you're in a good position. You're like, oh good, I only have to hold on for 1 more lap. Which is essentially what happens here. And that's the sketchiest part we're going through right there for me on the video. The 91 was able to close back up on me, but again, I didn't have a whole lot of place to go in front of me. And when you're all running nose to tail, it's actually kind of difficult when you're not the guy in second place, because if you do end up ducking under the cart in front of you, if nobody gets out of line, you don't have anywhere to go, even though you've gotten past the cart in front of you. If everybody's in this spacing right here. So I was basically just driving behind the 4, just waiting to capitalize on any mistake he might make, or if one of the carts in front of him made a mistake, which had a negative effect on his line or something like that, then I could capitalize. But nothing like that happened. And the 86 is still leading at this time, and the 99's right on him. And the I'm right on the 4, and the 91 is right on me, so we still haven't hit the 1 lap to go. And I think that's probably why the 91 didn't get too rambunctious to get past me, because if he did, he was gonna maybe potentially hang himself out to dry, because there's nowhere for him to come back in. But his line's pretty good. He's staying pretty close to mine. He's probably cutting in on some of those corners a little better than I am, and I probably should be taking a more tight line. Although it's sometimes kind of hard to tell exactly where you're at looking on a rear-facing camera, but maybe I am that in a good spot. Who knows? But I'm off the gas down through there again. And that last corner right there, it's still a super important corner to try to get a run on somebody, because passing on the straightaways is probably one of the most popular places to pass somebody. You can sometimes tuck it in tight and get under somebody right on this corner here, but it's still pretty difficult. They have to be considerably slower than you, or it makes it pretty rough. or you have to get side by side with them well before getting there. That way they give you the room. Otherwise, they're probably not going to see you, and it could be some bad action right there for you. There's a bad crash on this corner right there in one of the KA classes too. First time I've ever been in person seen a cart fly up in the air and land on its top. Well, basically land on the driver. I think the kid turned out, was okay, but it looked pretty bad when I was watching. I think we've got to be close to getting the one to go here. Yep, we're on the final lap now. So if the 91 is going to make his move, this is his lap to do it, and I think he was going for it right there. But I took a pretty decent line and was able to get a good exit, and I'm all over the 4, and I'm trying to figure out, can I get around the 4? But there's nowhere for me to do it right now, so I'm just basically following along, trying not to run into him, and trying to hold on for a good position on the race. Now I will tell you, the 86 and the 99 come around the last corner, and the 99, I got touched right there, and it kind of freaked me out just a little bit, but nothing bad happened. But right around now, the 99 swings out and starts going around the 86, and he catches him right at the line. And it was pretty funny because the 86 saw it, and you could see him go, damn, it was pretty funny. I wish I had it. And that was the 99's first win, I believe, so I wish I had it, and I'm kind of bummed I don't. But anyways, that was a race. I finished in 4th position. Pretty good day for me, and see you all at the next race.